I want y'all just to look how cute this is. So I'm rolling up the driveway to Longhorn Lester's. There's all the dogs have come out to say hi. I scroll to the left, I see tons of goats, and then look up around the shop. All of the ostriches, everyone's waiting for Daddy. Everyone is waiting for Daddy to come up and see what adventures await. Oh, this is so fun. I love this. I bet y'all did not notice, along with the dogs, who's right there. Y'all do see that, right? That Tilly? Y'all do see Tilly, don't you? Look out. I hope you all see Tilly, because she is one of the guardians. She is for sure a grand protector. Who does that? Seriously, who does that?
I'm really gross.
We have a situation here, and I'll show you what happened. We're trying to medicate Beverly. So, it's partially my fault. She's real sensitive right now.
She's in pain.
All right, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not her girly parts. This is right beside her girly parts. I don't want to get behind her because she will kick at me. But she has gotten gouged.
She almost ruined her girly parts.
She almost ruined her girly parts, Jamie says. She's gotten gouged, not by one of the Longhorns, over on one of my T-posts that I have. I'll tell you what happened. All right, so you guys know that I put these T-posts in the ground, and I put a little string to hold all of my gates open so that the cows and horses can go inside the barn if it rains. They don't have to ever feel trapped or left out in the weather. They can go inside if it rains. Everything's fine over on this side, but I want to walk you around and show you what happened on Beverly's side. So Dixie and Beverly, you guys know, hang out a lot together. I don't know how, but pushing or shoving each other around somehow, they backed up over this T-post here. And so the gate would have been opened like this and connected like that. And somehow they got to pushing and shoving, and she got shoved or forced between this tree and the T-post. In that process, somehow knocked the T-post, bent the T-post over, and gouged her little private parts right there, and put a nice scrape under her belly as she jumped through and over it. I'm going to pull this out of the ground, obviously. It's crazy. You know, these animals, you love them. And this is something that you would have never suspected could have happened. I would have never thought in 100 years they'd start pushing and shoving on each other and bend over a T-post and almost, well, I mean, that could have went through her. That could have went through her, my friends. Very, very dangerous. And so we're going to stick a shot of penicillin to her. And it's already been too long to stitch back up. We took a picture, sent to our vet. And so, you know, when you do stitching on something, you have to stitch it almost immediately. You can't wait till it dries up and new skin begins to heal or form over it, then it's too late. So I'm going to need my tractor to pull this post out of the ground. But I'll get this post up. And I guess I'm going to come back and replace all of these with big, strong wooden posts that I can concrete in the ground. I want to have a way the gates can stay open, not blow in the wind. But that right there was scary. I hope she's going to be okay. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Now, I did not see it happen, everybody. I did not actually see it happen. But I do know that every time it rains, they all run to the barn and try to go into a stall. I've stopped feeding in the barn. I have not fed in the barn in a while. And so when I saw that, I began to kind of think to myself, we don't have any barbed wire. The only barbed wire we have is along the back stretch. And she would have never been around the barbed wire. And so I start doing some detective work. And I noticed that T-post pushed over, the gate closed. Poor baby, you okay? So here's what I will say, everybody. She's eating. I know that this may not mean much to you all, but I know when an animal has an appetite, that's a really good sign. If she didn't have an appetite, so there, she's going to show us a little bit. That's just a nick, y'all, right around her girly parts. Sweetie, I am so sorry. I love you so much. Yeah, when we first saw it, so let me tell you the whole story. So Pat and Dave sent me a text. And they said, hey, what's wrong with Beverly? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, what do you mean something's wrong with her? And they said that she's off by herself and she wouldn't come have any snacks that morning. And I knew that was kind of suspicious. That didn't really seem right. So I asked Lee if he'd come over and check on her. Jamie and I were in Alabama. And so Ellie and Megan come over and said she had a cut on her backside. Now, at that point, she wouldn't let them get close. I said, well, was it bleeding? And they said, no. I said, okay, well, that's good. It's not bleeding. She's fine. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? All messing with my burn pile. You're like, Dad, if you're not going to burn it, I will. Look how smart he is, my friends. Look how smart he is. He has some flies around his face. So look what he's doing. He's using these old branches to shoo the flies off of his face. Oh, buddy, I'm being a bad daddy. Let me get my fly spray. Oh, he's not going to like me. He's not going to like me for this. But he does. He has a lot of flies around his head. And he's trying to use these branches to shoo the flies away. That's weird. Listen, no one else has any flies at all. You just saw Beverly. We passed alongside all the females. What is it about these bulls? Even Moo back at the house. Moo has a horrible fly issue. They excrete something, everybody. They excrete something. I'll get my fly spray. He's not going to like it, and he's gonna run. But hopefully I can spray him a little bit before he takes off on me. Y'all give me a second. Here I am talking about not using the stalls, but that right there is the exact reason why I wish I could get all the animals into stalls so I could spray them for flies when we have fly outbreaks. We've had a lot of rain lately, and even though we've had a very dry summer, it's the pros of that is we've had no mosquitoes, no flies, no horse flies. We've had no insects at all. And now all of a sudden we've had some rain, about 4 inches worth of rain in the last couple of weeks. And guess what? We have a fly issue. They're here in the barn also. I've not done this all summer long. Haven't had to. Not at this property. We spray Moo quite a bit, but over here we haven't had a need till today. There we go. Get one shot at this. He's gonna run.
You're our one-shot guy, babe.
Hey, buddy.
So, he's the only one we have to actually do this to out and about. And he hates it. And let's hope that Lester doesn't get, like, gouged here. But if Tex would go into a stall, it would make it 10 times easier. Yeah. You actually kept up pretty good.
Huh?
You kept up pretty good.
I got him good.
I think you got yourself good.
No, he kicked dirt in my face.
Oh, okay.
That may have happened. I may have got some spray on my face.
A little bit. At least you won't have flies.
Neither will he, not in his head. However, they're all in his belly. I was just trying to spray the best I could.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really
it's
hard
hard
for him.
I tried to help him.
You did good, babe.
You know what he was doing, though? He was putting his head in that pile of burn pile, trying to get the flies off his face.
Aww.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.